This is the Spectral display view. Well, not so many people have seen this. Oh, and also we have a history palette, and in fact we have a video palette. This is a video clip that I'm working on here. Get my sound up.
You can actually produce a...
And in fact, while we're looking at this, you might recall this was the clip we looked at earlier in Adobe Premiere. If I go to, where have I put it now? Oh, here we go. I added my own workspace while Toby was talking there, which includes, do you remember this metadata panel? It's the same metadata panel that we had in On Location. It's the same one that we had inside of Adobe Premiere. And I also have the speech-to-text feature and the transcribe option. And this is an independent application that I can run separately from Premiere, for example. Good. Okay, so what on earth is this? I know that's what you're wondering. Up at the top here, I've got amplitude, the volume of the sound, displayed as in the vertical axis. So the center of these waveforms, the center of this is, let me just expand this a bit. The center of this is my zero volume, and the taller the thing becomes, the more volume I have. Left to right is time, but that's kind of all I've got. I can't really glean much more information from it other than how loud it is at a given point. And I can see actually that these clips are not particularly attenuated, they're not particularly loud. This display is different. The spectral display still shows time from left to right. It's the same as we have with the waveform display. But the vertical axis is not amplitude, it's not volume. The vertical axis is frequency. And amplitude is indicated by the brightness of the dot. Now you can choose different color schemes. The default one generally works best for me. But you can see, let me see if I can get a different pointer. You can see here, I've got quite a lot of low notes. This is my channel 1, my channel 2. I've got quite a lot of low notes. But this is a guy talking, and speech tends to be around about the 1 kilohertz range. That's what our ears are particularly attenuated to. It's what our voices tend to be at. And you can see I've got some high frequencies as well. So as I play this, you can hear his voice.
In a Hollywood budget, you can actually produce a...
Now what's really great about this, apart from the fact, do you remember earlier I showed you the waveform monitor for video? And I was saying that you could use that to see whether you've got a good spread of sound, whether you've got a good contrast with your video, whether you're going off the limits. You could do the same thing with the spectral display in Soundbooth. I can see, for example, that there's a pretty good range of frequencies in this audio. And I could also see that the noise background, the noise floor, is not too bad. I can see, I don't know if you can make out just about, there's a little bit of purple there, there's a bit of noise going on in the background there, but I can see that the signal, his voice, the bit that I care about, is pretty clear. Let's look at an example that's not quite so good. Or maybe we'll do this one. This one's kind of more obvious. This is a piece of audio that was recorded through a wall using a special kind of surface microphone. Doesn't sound so good. I don't know about you, but I think maybe it needs a little bit of work. What you're hearing there is various different frequencies of electromagnetic interference from power cables buried in the wall. And obviously this is a problem. Soundbooth's got really nice features for fixing things like this.